Okay, so we're holding on page Kuftes. Good Chodesh to everyone. The name of the chapter is Shmeino Shotzim, chapter 14. The Gemara says, Legigis to a barrel, Tikotzet should be cut off. Which means, we left off, lastly it says that people should not touch their face and other places in their body before they wash their hands in the morning. And should not even touch a barrel. So Yad Mesamo, the hand causes blindness if it touches the eye. The hand causes deafness if it touches the ear. And the hand, Yad Machreshes, in Yad Ma'ala Polypus, and the hand generates a polypus if it touches the mouth or nose. What is polypus?
Foul odor.
So it says, foul odor emanating from the mouth or nose. So don't touch your mouth or nose or other things when you wake up in the morning before you wash your hands. Good morning, David. Tanya Obinosanema Bas Chirin Izoi, the spirit is a free agent. Umakpedes, and it insists on remaining until one washes his hands 3 times. Puch removes damage done by Bas Melech to the eye. What is Puch or Puch? So it says in number 6, a type of mascara is mentioned in the Book of Kings. And it stops tears, and it increases hair on the eyelids. Tanya Namiachi, this was taught in a Baisa of Yisrael. Puch removes damage done by Basmelech to the eye. It stops tears, and increases hair on the eyelids. Malukwa said in the name of Shmuel, Olin and by Mishmuel Fua. Olin, what is Olin? Of Sheshus himself, it says that he was blind. The name of an herb has an effect of healing the eyes. It says in 11, it does not enhance one's eyesight since it has no significant medicinal value. One is permitted to use it on Shabbos. That's from Rabbeinu Hanana. According to Rashi, the Gemara speaks of eating the alin plant as a cure for the eye. Other Rishonim, however, maintain that the reference is to putting it on the eye. This dispute applied to the eye treatments listed below as well. Amar Yosef Kuzbar Toen b'Mishum Refuah. Coriander has no effect in healing the eyes. Amar Sheish Keshus and b'Mishum Refuah. Keshus, which is hops, have no effect in healing the eyes. Amar Yosef Kuzbar Tafil Didi Kosher. Coriander is harmful even to me. Although Yosef was blind, as his eyes were less sensitive to pain than usual, eating coriander would aggravate pain he felt in them. Okay. Rocket is beneficial even for me. I don't know exactly what this rocket is. It says in 14, Sheshit was blind, nevertheless he testified that eating the rocket plant was beneficial to his eyes. So Google rocket plant, see what it looks like. Show all types of hops are permitted for use as medicines on the Shabbos except for tulza. What is tulza? It says in 16. Is not really known to us the exact definition. People eat tulza only for medicinal purposes. Hence, it is obvious that one is taking it as a cure.
So it's a no on Shabbos.
Amar Rav Chizda Shrika Tav Shri, basting a roast is permitted. What is basting?
I don't know why that is.
While the roast is still warm, soon after the Shabbos begins, one may coat it with a paste of oil and whisked eggs.
Yeah.
Of course, the roast must not be so hot that he would be liable for cooking the paste.
That's what I was thinking.
One might have thought that this act is forbidden because his makeh bepatish is striking the final hammer blow, is like completing the dish.
Right.
But it's not so. Therefore, therefore Rav taught that it is permitted. It's not considered like, it's like a chef that he adds a leaf of mint leaf on top of a dish, so it completes the dish, right? But it's not something that it can, that it's not
It's
good
not
with
okay, it's not
yeah.
fun. It's I got it. It's a little. I get it. I got the picture. I don't know if Dave got the picture, but I got the picture.
Chizda Shrika Tav Shri. Pipui bi asuri. Whisking eggs is forbidden. So you're allowed to put the gravy, but you can't put the whisk eggs.
No, that's when
Yeah. The Visiru, the Zeiri of the Lechia Bararashi, the wife of Zeiri made it. She basted a roast. She gave it a bath. And for Rabbi Barashi, who was a student of Zeiri on the Shabbos, v'lo yochal, but he did not eat. Rabbi Chia was a student. Rabbi Barashi was a student of Zeiri, did not eat. Omar le Rabbi Chavdele, I made it. So the wife of Zeiri said to him, I made it for your teacher v'ochal. He ate it. Zeiri ate it. Your teacher ate it. Why don't you eat it? Vat lo yochal, and you did not eat it. In my son, Rabbi Chia Barashi did not follow Zeiri's opinion on this matter because it was based on a certain premise which Chia Barashi did not accept. Zeiri is consistent with his own reasoning. Stated also, the Omer Zeiri said, a person may put clear wine or clear water, and he does not need to worry that he might have committed a transgression.
Into a strainer on Shabbos.
Right, to a strainer. Into a strainer on Shabbos, and he does not need to worry that he might have committed a transgression. Alma kevan the mishtate hochi. Evidently, according to Zeiri, since the wine or water can be drunk as is without being strained, lav midik ovid, he has not done anything to it of legal significance. Hachanami, here too, in the case of basting a roast, the same reasoning can be applied. Kevan the misochi lochi, since the roast can be eaten as is without being basted, Lav midik ovid, he has not done anything to it of legal significance. V'omar marukva mi shenikva yodei ragloi, one whose hand or foot collided. Okay,
He banged into something.
With something and was injured. Tzom so biyain, may reduce its swelling with wine. Ve'eno choishesh, and he should not hesitate. Regarding vinegar, what is the law? Is he allowed to use vinegar to reduce the swelling? Omar Rab Hil Rab Ashi Ki Avina Bei Rav Kana. When we were at the academy of Rav Kana, Amri Chaloloi, they said that vinegar is not permitted. Omar Rav Vani Bnei Mechoizo, and those residents of Mechoizo, Kevan de Mefanke, since they are sensitive, even wine would heal them. Hence, resident of Mechoiza may not apply even wine to his wound. Ravina once visited the house of Ravashi. he saw that a donkey had stepped on the top of Ravashi's foot. V'yosiv katzomis lebechalo, and Ravashi was sitting and reducing its swelling with vinegar on the Shabbos. Omar lei lo savar lo mar lead Omar Rav Hillel. Does Master not agree with that which Rav Hillel said? Chalo loi, vinegar is not permitted. Omar le gava yad v'gava regel shani. A wound on the top of the hand or the top of the foot is different. It is more dangerous than other wounds. Ravina saw that Ravashi reduced its swelling with wine. Omar Lei said to Ravashi, Lo mar leod Omar Rav. Does Master not agree with that which Rav said? Or Rav said, since they are sensitive, even wine heals them. And Master as well is sensitive. Ravashi answered him, an injury on the top of the hand or on top of the foot is different. The top of the hand or the top of the foot are like an internal wound, and therefore one desecrates the Shabbos for them. The Gemara records further laws pertaining to medical treatment on the Shabbos. One may bathe in waters of Goror. Waters of Gerar. What is Gerar? It says in 30. Gerar is mentioned in Bereshis 10:19 and 21, and in Chronicles, the waters of Gerar were of therapeutic value because they were salty, like the Dead Sea.
Okay.
B'mei Chamton, in the waters of Chamson, B'mei Asio, in waters of Asio, B'mei Tiberia, and also the water of Tiberias. They all had, I guess, healing properties. However, or therapeutic, but however, one may not bathe in the Great Sea. Not in water that was used for soaking flax, and not in the Sea of Sodom. Yamash Sodom is the Dead Sea.
Right. So you can't go in there on Shabbos.
Uminu, they contrasted them, they noted a contradiction between the previous Baisa and the following one. One may bathe in the waters of Tiberias and in the Great Sea. But not in water that was used for soaking flax, and not in the Sea of Sodom. The first Baisa's ruling regarding the Great Sea, one may not bathe in it, is a contradiction to the second Baisa's ruling regarding the Great Sea, that one may bathe in it. This is not a problem because this Baisa, the first one follows up Meir, and the other Baisa follows up Yehuda. All the seas are like mikveh. Shenemar mikveh mayim kol yamim, and the mikveh gathering of waters he called seas. The Rabbi Meir. The words of Rabbi Yehuda says Yamagod mikveh, the great sea is like a mikveh. Lo nemar yamim ela, and it says only. It says seas yamim. Because it contains many kinds of seas. All the seas can purify while flowing, but they are unfit for zovim and for mitzirim, and for consecrating there from purification water. The Gemara challenges this resolution of the contradiction between the Baisas. Maskil Nachum Yitzchak objected to it as follows: Eimud the pligi le'inyan tumah v'tayro. The Inyan Shabbos mishametlu say that they are arguing regarding tumah v'tayro, purity and impurity. But regarding Shabbos, did you hear them arguing? Elam Rab Nachum Yitzchak le kashyo. A de ishti, a de lo ishti. In one scenario, he lingers in the water, whereas the other brisa speaks of one who does not linger in the water. That's where we go to mikvah in Shabbos. How you go to mikvah in Shabbos? You're not lingering in the water. You walk out. The brisa is dealing with a case where he does not linger in the water. And if he does not linger, if he does not stay for a long time, should be permitted even to bathe in water that was used for soaking flax. One may bathe in the water of Tiberis, in water that was used for soaking flax, and in the sea of Sodom. Even though he has sores on his head, and it might heal him. When it's permitted, what are we talking about? When he did not linger in the water. Also, but if he lingered, it is forbidden. The Gemara states its final resolution of the contradiction. The contradiction between one brisa ruling about the Great Sea and the other brisa ruling about the Great Sea is not a problem. Because this brisa, the one that permits bathing in the Great Sea, refers to its fine waters, whereas the other brisa refers to its foul waters. Contradiction between the ruling of the first two brises regarding water used for soaking flax and the third brise's ruling about water used for soaking flax is also not a problem. First two brises speaks of one who lingers in the water, whereas this one, the third brisa, refers to one who does not linger in the water. New Mishnah and Echlim is Izvion b'Shabbos. What is Izvion?
Some kind of herb.
Yeah, it says in number 11.
11.
Type of hyssop, identified by hyssop. Hyssop. It is identified by Rambam as lavender. Okay, lavender.
Smells nice.
So we don't eat it because it is not a food of healthy people. But one may eat your ezer and drink abuv roye. And what is that? Your ezer and abuv roye. It says in 13. The Gemara defines these substances and the ailments for which they were taken. Since healthy people also eat this food, it is not apparent that one eating them for their therapeutic benefits. Rabbis did not apply their ban on medical treatments in such a case. Okay. A person may eat any foods for healing. And you may drink any beverage, except for the water of palm trees or or a potion of sterility, because they are for healing jaundice. However, one may drink the water of palm trees to quench his thirst. And he may anoint himself with root oil if it is not for healing. So the Gemara identifies what is the izvion, which we said it was lavender. Mentioned our Mishnah and contrasted with the Ezov of the Torah. Amar Ezov Abbas or Abbas or Bar Homog. The Ezov of the Torah is the hyssop of Homog.
No, it says hin.
No, I didn't get there yet. I was reading the first one. The Ezov of the Torah is the hyssop of Hamog.
Okay.
It's the name of a place. Izyon of Balso Bar Hing. The Izyon of our Mishnah is the hyssop of Hing. What is the hyssop of Hing? So it says in 21, the homog variety derives its name from the fact that it grows in the vicinity of Gemi.
Yeah, Gemi, reedgrass.
Reedgrass. The Hing variety is so called because it grows among higim, thorn bushes. So it's like giving a name for a type of a plant. The white sage. It's white. It is white sage according to him. According to Ula. They brought before him sage. Omar Hainu Ezav Dichtivo Raisa. This is the Ezav mentioned in the Torah. Papi Omar Shum Shuk. He gave a different name. Shum Shuk. What is Shum Shuk? Identified as marjoram. Okay. It is reasonable to assert that the truth lies with the view of Rav Papi that not mitzvah Ezov shloisha klochim. The mitzvah of Ezov requires 3 stems of plant. Right? We know that the mitzvah of Ezov, first written regarding the Jewish people left Mitzrayim, it says Lakachtem lochem. So the law is derived from the phrase Agudas Ezov, a bunch of Ezov, which is stated in connection with the merging of smearing of blood on the doorpost and the lintel before the exodus from Mitzrayim. The word Aguda, bunch, is defined as collection of 3. Okay. On which there were 3 capsules. V'shumshuk udemishtakhachi, and shumshuk is the only one of the aforementioned herbs that is found like that. What did they do with it? What is it? Eaten lekukiyane, for intestinal worms. With what is it eaten? B'sheva tamuk mito, with 7 black dates. Black dates. Mimai avyo, from what does it come? Mikimcho de sade, comes from eating barley flour. The chalif alei arbain yemeh, which is 40 days old. Bless you. One may eat yoezer. My yoezer, pusnak. It's penny royal. Penny royal. They also ate it for worms in the liver. With 7 white dates. Where does it come from? It comes from eating raw meat and drinking water on empty stomach. Or from eating fatty meat on an empty stomach. Or from eating the meat of an ox on an empty stomach. Eating a nut on an empty stomach. Or from eating stems of fenugreek plant on an empty stomach. And then drinking water after any of these foods. An alternative remedy for worms in the liver. And if not, you should swallow white grass. So you should fast, and they should bring fatty meat, and throw it on burning coals. Then you should suck a juicy piece of meat, and sip vinegar. However, there are those who say that he should not take vinegar because it is harmful to the liver. They should bring the dark of a bush, the girdom that had been peeled off downward. They should not use bark that has been peeled off upwards. Should bring So it says, Laiti gudu da sinto, they should bring the bark of a bush. They had been peeled off downwards. They should not use bark that has been peeled off upwards. Dilma nofkai depume, lest the worms come out through his mouth. That's what happened to the meraglim, no?
Yeah.
The
went out into
the belly. The bark should be boiled in beer at twilight. The next day, we should close his nostrils, and he should drink the potion. And when he relieves himself, he should relieve himself onto the stripped part of the tree. Okay, Veshoisin abuv and one may drink abuv. What is it? Maya abuv chumtrayo. The Gemara says it's chumtrayo. And what is chumtrayo? Maya chumtrayo chutre chido. It is the solitary staff. What's a solitary staff? A branchless tree. Tree without branches.
Yeah.
Maybe papaya.
No.
Joking, I don't know.
No, it's like a stick in everything went away. A dead tree.
My ovdelo legiluya, for what is it used? Legiluya, for healing one who drank exposed water, which might have been poisoned by a snake. He should bring 5 roses and 5 cups of beer. He should boil them together until there is anpok on the potion which he should drink. What is anpok? It says in 40, a measure of volume equivalent to a quarter of a log, stated in Baba Basra 58b. The mother of Avachadve Barami prepared for a certain man who had drunk exposed water, Chad Kelila, 1 rose, Chad Koisoso the Shicho, and 1 cup of beer. Shol Kovishke say she boiled them together and gave him the potion to drink. V'shogro tanuro grafti. She lit the oven, shoveled it out, and put a brick inside it, on which she made him sit. The poison came out of him in a stream like the green leaf of a palm tree, or a palm branch. He should drink a quarter of a log of milk from a white goat. They should bring a sweet esrog, carve out a hole in it. Fill the hole with honey, and put it among the burning coals of a fire, so that the esrog is cooked in the honey. Then he should eat it. Rabbi Chanina Omar, urine that is 40 days old, barzina lezibua, one should drink a barzina of it for a wasp sting. Revio le'akerbo revis, for a scorpion sting. Palgo revio legiluya, half log for uncovered water. Revio afilu lechshofim malu, and log of such urine is effective even against witchcraft. Grain water in which spinach, beets have been boiled. Va'avanga, water in which bingari have been boiled. The Syriaco and balsam. Ma'alu ben legiluya ben lechshofim are effective against both uncovered water and witchcraft. Good morning. One who swallowed a snake. Keshuso b'milcho, should be fed hops with salt. Velirate slosa mile, and be made to run 3 miles or 3 meals. The Gemara relates an incident in which this remedy was effective. Rav Shimon bar Ashi Chazilo Gavro. Rav Shimon bar Ashi saw a certain man, Devola Chivaya, who had swallowed a snake. Idmile Keforoshu. Rav Shimon bar Ashi appeared to him as a horseman. I guess he was hallucinating after this. Rav Shimon bar Ashi appeared to him as a horseman. It says in 51, he disguised himself as a powerful, aggressive figure so that the men would be afraid of him and obey his commands. Okay. So he made them eat hops with salt. He ate hops with salt. And made him run in front of him for 3 meals. The snake came out of him in pieces. I'm on the Taki Chivai, one who was bitten by a snake. Leise uba de chamor chivarto. Should obtain an embryo of a white donkey.
No, you skipped. I think you skipped a paragraph. Yeah, you skipped. Ika de Amri. Or did I miss you saying this?
Oh, you're right. A different version of this story. Ika de Amri Rav Shimon bar Ashi bola chivar. That was Rav Shimon bar Ashi who swallowed the snake. Also, Eliyahu, the prophet, came and appeared to him as a horseman. He made him eat hops with salt. And made him run in front of him for 3 meals. And the snake came out of him in pieces. I'm on the Tagi Chivai, one who was beaten by a snake. Leite ubo de chamor chivarto, should obtain an embryo of a white donkey. Velikre, dismember it. And be made to sit on it. However, this remedy is effective only where the donkey was not found to be a treifa. Okay, the Gemara records a related incident. There was this Balkosha de Pumbedisa, the Taki Chivai, officer of Pumbedisa, who was bitten by a snake. There were 13 white donkeys in Pumbedisa. Karinu lechul. They tore all of them open, vishtakhu treifa, but they were found to be treifas, meaning that they had a blemish that they would die within the year. There was one other donkey on the other side of Pumbedisa. At the time they went and bought it, a lion ate it. This incident was reported by Abaye, who gave the following response. We'll continue, God willing, tomorrow.
Hopefully I'll be able to, I don't know.